Good day, my viewer. And today we will want to discuss matrices. I want to discuss how to use matrices to solve simultaneous equation. How to use matrices to solve simultaneous equation. Now, let's use this question. We have 5x plus 9y equals to minus 3. This is equation 1. And the second, 6x plus 2y equals to 2, which is equation 2. Now, if you want to do this, you write out the coefficient of x and y. You write out the coefficient of x and y, and you put it in matrix form. What do I mean? The coefficient of x on the first one is 5. That's where we have our x. The coefficient of the second one is y. We have 6 for x, and we have 2. Now, this has been in matrix. We have changed this to matrix form. So after writing out the coefficient of x and y in both equations, then let's call it the determinant of A, because that's the first equation we are given. So the next thing is to find the determinant of the main matrix. And you know how we'll find the determinant here. Now, the next thing you do is to multiply this, and the determinant there will be 10 minus, you also have this, and that is going to be 54. So 5 times 2, 10, minus 6 times 9, which is 54. So the determinant of that matrix is minus 44. So after getting this, the next thing you do is to put the answers, that is minus 3 and 2. That is this, minus 3 and 2, in replacing x. When we use it to replace x, then that means we want to get the determinant of x. When you put minus 3 and 2 to replace x, that means you want to find the determinant of x. What do I mean? Now, you notice that we have minus 3 and 2. So the next thing we do is that we use this to replace our x. So if we use it to replace our x, then we have minus 3, 2, 9, and 2. Then this means the determinant of x. The determinant of x. Now, the next thing we do is to do it like the way we used to. We multiply this as minus 6 minus, we also multiply this, and that will give us minus 18. And that means the determinant of x will give us minus 24. The determinant of x equals to minus 24. So how do we now get our x? How do we get our x? The next thing we do is, you can remember that the determinant of the main matrix is minus 44. So if you want to get x, that will give us the determinant of x over the determinant of the main matrix. The determinant of x is minus 24, and the determinant of the main matrix is minus 44. The minus go with the minus, and how many 4 can we have in the 24? 4 can go, and that means x equals to 6 over 11. So that means x is 6 over 11. So let's now go for y too. How do we find y? We also place this. How do we find y? We also place this answers, we place it on y. We use it to replace y now. That is, where we have 9, we'll replace it with minus 3. Where we have 2, we'll replace with 2, which is the answer. So what we are going to have now, 5, 6 is what we have on x, but we are replacing this with y. So the next thing we do to get our y is the determinant of y. The determinant of y, we have 5, 6, minus 3, and 2. That is, we replace y with the answers, which is minus 3 and 2. We'll find the determinant of these two, and that will be 10 minus 18, and this will be 28. This will be 28. So if you want to find y, that will give us determinant of y over the determinant of the main matrix. And that will be, the determinant of y is 28, and the main matrix is 44, minus 44. Minus 44. And then that will give us the same thing as 4 can go here. That's 7 over 11. So in that case, x equals to 6 over 11. Y is minus 7 over 11. Let's look at it again. So the equation we are given is 5x plus 9y equals to minus 3. And the second one is 6x plus 2y equals to 2. So, and if we look at it, substitute for the value of x and y. So x equals to 6 over 11, and y is minus 7 over 11. So let's try another one again. Now, another question we want to work on is this. 4x minus y equals to 7, and x plus 4y equals to 23. Then the first thing is, let's find the matrix, the determinant of the main matrix. And if you write out the coefficient, so what we have is 4. That is what we have beside x. What we have beside y is minus 1. And that's the reason why we have minus y. From the second equation, the coefficient of x there is 1. And the coefficient of y is 4. So then we find the determinant of this. And this will give us, we multiply this and this. We multiply this and this. And that's going to be 16 minus, we multiply this and this. And that's minus 1. And that makes the determinant of the main matrix to be 17. The determinant of the main matrix to be 17. Then the next thing we'll do is to replace 4 with 7. And we replace 1 with 23. That is the answers. We put it on x. When you put it on x, then that means you want to find the determinant of x. So that means we have the new matrix now, which is the matrix of the determinant of x. Will give us 7, 23. And then we'll replace 7 and 23 with, we replace 4 and 1 with 7 and 23, which is x. Then the next one, we write the coefficient of y. That will be minus 1, and that is 4. And we'll find the determinant of this. So this will give us 7 times 4. And that is going to be, that will be that will be 28. So 7 times 4, that will give us 28 minus 23 times minus 1. That will give us minus 23. And that will give us 28 plus 23. And that will give us 51. That will give us 51. That is 28 minus 23. That will give us 28 plus 23. And that will be 51. The next thing we do is to find x itself. How do we find x? How do we find x? How do we find x? So x is now going to be, when you find the determinant of x over the determinant of the main matrix. And if you look at it, the determinant of x is 51. And the determinant of the main matrix is 17. And that makes x equals to 3. So x equals to 3. The next thing is, we'll replace the coefficient of y with the answers, which is 7 and 23, to get the determinant of y. You know, when we wanted to find the determinant of x, we'll replace the coefficient of x with the answers. Now we want to replace the coefficient of y with the answer. Now, if you look at it very well, so the next thing we do is we have the main matrix, that's 4 and 1 for the coefficient of x. So the next thing we do is to find the determinant of y. To find the determinant of y. To find the determinant of y, we have 4 and 1. That's the coefficient of x. Then we replace the coefficient of y with the answer, which is 7. and 23. So we'll now find the determinant of this. And how do we find it? We multiply this and this. 4 times 23, that will be 92, minus 1 times 7, that will be 7. And that means this will give us 92 minus 7, that is 85. That will give us 85. And then, how do we find our y? That will be determinant of y. Determinant of y over the determinant of the main matrix. The determinant of the main matrix. Determinant of y over determinant of the main matrix. The determinant of y is 85, and the determinant of the main matrix is 17. So 85 divided by 17, that will give us 5. 85 divided by 17, that will give us 5. So you can check. That means x equals to 3 and y equals to 5. So you can check this again and you understand that's the procedure. So if you have learned something, then you try this. So try the simultaneous. That is 3x minus y equals to 23 and 2x plus 5y equals to 4. So try this if you have learned something. Look at it again. If you have learned something here, like my YouTube channel and subscribe. If you have learned something, send to others. Let others also learn something from it. So try this question. 3x minus y equals to 23. 2x plus 5y equals to 4. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like. And comment if there's anything you want me to know. Send. Try this question. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like.